Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So in this video, we continue on the chapter 2 under the preliminary investigation and analysis. So the previous video, we already talked about the activities involved in the preliminary investigation. So you need to know the fact finding, what are the process, the steps. So now we continue on the system analysis. So what is the system analysis? Okay, what is the system analysis? So the process of understanding and specifying in details what an information should do. Okay, in detail. So you do the analysis on the system that you want to develop in detail. Who is the system analyst? Okay, system analyst is a part of career as the computer science student. A key person that analyzing the business, identifying opportunities for improvement, and designing information system to implement these ideas. So these are the tasks for the system analyst. So system analyst is responsible or become a key person in order to do the analyzing part for the business, identify the opportunities, and designing the information system to be implement those ideas. Okay. And what are the activities involved? Okay, system analyst activities is quite similar like the SDLC. We have the requirement modeling, data and process modeling, object modeling, and development strategies. Here we go one by one. So requirement modeling involves the fact finding to describe the current system and identification of the requirement for the new system. The requirement modeling means like you gather the information. Requirement, what are the requirements? Okay. And then look for the data and process modeling. So at the data and process modeling, it represents graphically the system data and process using the traditional structure analysis technique. We have the data and we try to model it into the graphical representation. Then we have the object modeling. We combine the data and the processes that act on the data into things that we call as object. People, let's say we want to create a university part. So we have a lecturer, we have student as the object, and then we model with the data that related to those objects. Okay, just like when you do the object-oriented programming class. So the object that we use the object to model our system. And then the development strategies, consider various development options and prepare for the transition to the system design piece of the SDLC. Means we go for the development development part. Okay, so it will involve again with the SDLC system development life cycle or software development life cycle. Okay, what is the system requirement? Okay, characteristic of features that must be included in the information system to satisfy the business requirement and be acceptable to users. What are the requirements, the needs in order to satisfy the business operation? Okay, serve as the benchmark to measure the overall acceptability of the finished system, and it consists of 5 general categories: output, input, processes, performance, and control. Okay, this under the system requirement. Okay, then you can look at the system requirement checklist. What are the output, the input, the typical example here. Okay, for example, we have the output. The website must report online volume statistic every 4 hours. Okay, these are the requirement. So your system need to update the number every 4 hours. And then example again, for input, manufacturer employer must swap the ID card into online data and collection. So the input or the gathering of the data from the employees is using the swap. Also, what are the technology there? Example again, each input form must include date, time, product code, customer number, and quantity. So that are the requirement for data put. Okay, next, how about the processes? The student record system must calculate the GPA. What are the processes that must be in that system? Okay, and the number 4, the system must support 25 user online simultaneously. Means the performance. Okay, you as the network student, you should know about the performance. How many users that your server can support? How many users that your web application can support? So in terms of the performance, the response time of the server to the client, okay, response time must not exceed 4 seconds. Means the speeds should be there. Okay, the system must be operational 7 days a week, 365 days in a year. No way to do the backup or maintenance. Okay, you need to identify that in terms of the performance. This one is just example in order to elaborate what are the processes, what are the performance of the in the system requirement. Okay, and then we have the control. Example here, the system must provide log on security and operating system level and the application. So control here, it can be authentication part. Okay, authentication part, limitation, accessing, allow some user to access the certain document, and so on. Okay, creating the log file, so easy to identify who are the one who create this record and so on. Okay. So another example here. Okay, you can go through the output, the input, the processes, the performance, and the control part. And then this one is the fact finding. Okay, under the fact finding, you need to answer the 6 familiar question: who, why, what, how, where, when, in order to get more information. So who perform each of the procedures within the system? What are the users? Are the correct people performing the activities? Okay, what are procedure? Is there any policy that need to follow through? Where the operation being performed, where the procedure performed, how it's performed. So that are the kind of question that you need to answer when we do the activities of fact finding. Okay, in order to conduct the interview, there are 7 steps. First, selecting the interviewees, who that you want to interview, and then establish the objective of that interview session, what you want to find out. Third, develop the interview question, come up with the question, prepare for the interview, conduct, make appointment with the interviewee, conduct the interview, document the interview, record it, and evaluate, analysis the answers from your interviewee. So selecting the interview based on the information needed. Do not interview everyone. Just people that really related to your system. Establish the objective, determines the general area that you want to discuss with your interviewee. Okay, and then come up with the question. These are the type of question that you can ask to your interviewee. You can have the open-ended question and close-ended question, or you can have the range of response. Okay, open-ended means that you encourage spontaneous and unstructured responses. You just ask. Okay, what do you think about the current system? Uh, is it do you live? Okay, something like that. How is it task performs? What are the sum of the problem that you face in daily basis with the current system? That is open-ended system. I mean, the answer is not yes and no, but you can have more. And then close-ended, limit or restrict response. How do customer place order? So they only limit on the process of order. Okay, use when the information required is more specific and need to vary fact. Example here, how many telephone order received per day? So the answer will be specific on what you want. Okay, another part, range of the response. You can have close-ended question that ask the person to evaluate something by providing the limited answer to specific responses of the numeric scale. Okay, example here is just like your do the entrance survey at the U future. So it has a scale. So based on the explanation of each of the skill, you should select your answer. So you give a skill, lowest and highest, and how you rate. That is the range of the of response. Okay, after you develop question, then prepare for the interview. Okay, plan your interview session. Provide the question to your interviewee, so your interviewee will ready for the answer, and then follow up, confirm the area of knowledge, make a schedule appointment, inform the reason, okay, and inform the area of discussion during the interview session. So example here, an email to the interviewer, okay, a sample message to confirm a planned interview and provide advanced information about the topic to be discussed. Okay. And then conduct the interview. Begin by introduce yourself. Actually, before you when you make appointment, you already introduce yourself, but during the interview session, you also need to introduce yourself and describe the project, the related, and what are the objectives that you want to achieve during the interview session. Okay, ask the question in the order in which you prepare and in which you already planned before, and give the interviewer time to ask question. Not only you can ask the question, but give your interviewee opportunity to ask question to you. So sometimes you can get the input there. Okay, and be sure to thankful to your interviewee. Okay, and then document prepare. Okay, taking notes, record your conversation. If you want to record, then let your interviewee know that you will record the conversation of your interview session. And then after conducting, you may before it you need to check the policy first, and then you ask the permission in order to do the recording part. Okay, and then evaluate the interview. Identify the possible bias of your interviewee towards the system that you want to develop. Okay, some interviewee might answer question even though they do not have the experience to provide the accurate information. So you still need to do analysis on the answers being given by your interviewee. And then you need to provide the review, the document, the form, the report, policy manual, and look for addition forms and look for unused form element. Okay, some are useful and some are not useful at all. So you need to review again your document. But okay, so, sorry, this one is referred to document review. Let's say you have the organization chart, bulletin of the company organization, the forms, form to fill up, form the report from the organization, the policies. So you need to look or review on the document. Then from that part, you identify what are the content, the main things that you look for. Okay. Then you also can do the observation. Okay. Check validity. Sometimes you already interview, but you not sure whether is it work as what your interviewee told you. So you can do the observation to check the operation. Okay, check the validity of the information gathered. Okay, either the information are in the right path, mean the similar fact that you get. Okay, uh, maybe do weekly, monthly, or annually. Depends on the time frame of your project. And then questionnaire, document containing a number of standard question that can be sent to many individuals and suitable to obtain input from a large number of people, can be used to obtain information about a wide range of topics, including the workload, the report, the value of transaction, job duties and difficulties, and also the opinions. Okay, so basically, the questionnaire is more like survey that you conduct in order to gain more information that is towards your project. Okay, and that's all for the preliminary investigation. Fine. So hopefully, you know that what are the steps involved in order to do the preliminary investigation. What are the things that you can do in order to do fact finding? So in the fact finding, you need to do the analysis part on the interview session that you have conduct, on the document that you have reviewed, on the questionnaire that you have given to your respondent, and so on. So that's all for this topic. Preliminary investigation and analysis basically is about how you find the fact, how you find and gather the information. So that's all. Thank you and assalamualaikum.